Reduce your daily consumption of tea. Shut down your shops in the evening and operate only during the daytime. Wrap up wedding parties by 10 p.m. Street lights on alternate days. Now, these are not diktats. These are suggestions given by the government of Pakistan to its citizens. Yes, we are talking of yet another crisis in South Asia. After Sri Lanka, it's time for Pakistan. Let's explore. This is not the first time Pakistan is in crisis. This will not be the last time Pakistan will be in crisis. Question is, what is it about Pakistan's economy that thrusts it into one crisis after another every few years? Why can't Pakistan's policymakers stop this trend? Why can't Pakistan's all-weather friends, namely China and Saudi Arabia, help Pakistan avert such crisis? Well, the answers to these questions are not simple. You see, Pakistan is a nation that breeds terrorism. Pakistan is a nation that aspires for territorial expansion. Pakistan is a nation that looks over its neighbors' shoulders more than it should bother about its own domestic problems. Now, when such is the attitude of a nation, obviously its own doings will have a spillover effect. When you breed terrorism, it will turn against you. We have seen that so many times in the past, how India has handled Pakistan with defeats and the woes Pakistan is facing in Afghanistan and inside its own territory. No wonder Pakistan has to prioritize its defense budget over everything else. Just recently, Pakistan announced that it will allocate Rs 1523 billion for its defense in FY 22-23. This is an increase of over 11% than last year. The defense expenditure makes up 17.5% of total current expenditure of Pakistan. In fact, defense expenses were the second biggest component of the annual expenditure of Pakistan. Do you know what its biggest component of annual expenditure is? It is debt servicing. Pakistan's debt servicing has risen to 29.1% of the budget. This makes it the single largest expenditure of Pakistan. So this brings me to the biggest and the most important cause of Pakistan's economic problems, and that is debt. Pakistan's debt accounts for 45.4% of its current expenditure. Can you imagine this? 45.4% of its expenditure goes into paying for its debt. That just shows the quantum of debt that Pakistan is reeling under, which really has broken the very backbone of this nation. Pakistan's external debt and liabilities have reached an all-time high of $130.6 billion. The country is now begging the IMF, the World Bank, the Asian Development Bank, and of course, its friendly nations for loans. More loans, and that is nothing but more debt. So what can Pakistan do to come out of this crisis? Three things. Number one, adopt frugality. Go for extremely conservative spending, cut down on import of non-essential items, pass on some of the burden to its citizens, borrow but with caution. Number two, get its political atmosphere right. Majority of Pakistan's problems stem out of its political atmosphere. It is only in Pakistan's interest to get its political turmoil in order. It's not easy, but certainly worth it. Number three, tame its obsession with defense spending. Pakistan has to realize the opportunity cost it is incurring by indulging in excessive defense spending. Its cross-border ambitions need to be tamed, and the money spent should be spent in getting back its economy on foot again. Now, will this be an easy way out for Pakistan? Certainly not. Even though the solutions are quite obvious, the implementation of this are not. Let time decide how worse this will get and how painful the recovery is. But the crisis in Pakistan and in Sri Lanka is a reminder of what not to do when you're handling a country's economy and how intricately linked are a country's economics and its politics. Thank you for watching. I will be back again soon.